Initiate your reactivation sequence.
General Slavik, you have survived and still command. Kane was correct about you. Shall I resume operations?
By all means. That's why I had you resurrected. The inner circle is divided. And
General Mazak, yes? Why do you simply not have him removed?
No. Not yet, at any rate. I brought you back online because I need your command and control capability. The Brotherhood is in disarray, but I have...
Yes, I am sure. But Kane had his own plans before his recent disappearance. You must strike a blow against GDI. A small GDI outpost is ripe for the introduction of my new experiments in evolution. We will provide the catalyst creature, and GDI will provide the organic components.
In the name of Kane. Commander, you have heard the word of Cabal. Now go.
Welcome back, Commander.
Control.
So, wait, does that mean that the floaters are actually creations of the Brotherhood of Nod? And it kind of also implies that Tiberium fiends and even Viceroids, technically.
No problem.
Although I guess the Viceroids does make sense, considering the bonus mission that we played a long time ago, which actually featured Nod with Viceroids.
Unit reporting. Yes.
I kind of have to admit, as a kid, that sort of
All ears.
flew right over my head.
Reporting. Yes, sir. I'm all ears.
Then again, I kind of have a feeling that this game was always deeper than I ever truly cared about.
Sir? Waiting orders. Orders received. Unit reporting. Unit ready. Moving out. I'm ready. Of course. I'm ready. On it.
Now, what you're supposed to do is repair the bridge,
No problem. Waiting.
but what is kind of unbeknownst to the players that there's actually two bridges,
Yes, sir. No problem.
and you need to drug civilians to go into this, I think they call it a Lazarus pit, I forget.
Bridge repaired.
Basically, you repair a bridge so that this, civilians can go into the pit, attract Tiberium units, so that they can go over onto a very familiar map.
Knockout. Waiting orders. I'll never turn. Orders received. Yes. I'm all ears. Unit reporting.
Now, depending on how the AI can react to it, your mission can vary in total time played.
Unit ready.
Basically, you're just gonna let some Tiberian units just wreak havoc. Which is kind of fun, actually. The only problem is you can never be seen by GDI. As soon as you do, it's basically a mission failed. Which seems a little strange, but what can you do? Oh, I should probably point out that normally you repair the first bridge, so the one closest to you. It kind of makes the speed at which units make their way to the civilian locations longer. And I kind of feel like there might be a trigger that just didn't activate. Like maybe it's on the other bridge. I'd have to check, because usually this mission takes a little bit longer. Right now it's going by pretty quickly. Oh, and you're given a couple extra units. Like, I'm pretty sure you have a couple cyborgs and maybe some rocket infantry. They're not really of any particular worth. You can't show yourself to GDI anyways, so the most you could really do with them is shoot at Viceroids and Tiberium Fiends, but you shouldn't be fighting them anyways.
I'm all ears. I'll never turn. Of course. Unit reporting.
To be fair, though, I do like the fact that if this is the first mission or second mission you played with those toxin soldiers, they've recycled that mechanic. And if it isn't immediately clear by now,
Creature.
hey, this is mission 2 from the GDI campaign.
Fish is on the hook.
I have to admit, I really like the storytelling. Obviously, it plays out a little bit differently. You're just, I guess, meant to assume that the civilians in the first location we saw are kind of going to be the ones that feed units or Tiberian fiends and floaters and whatnot into this portion of the map continuously.
Sir? He's through.
But yeah, I just really appreciate how these two missions work together while being so different from each other. Because again, you can't show yourself, so you're never going to assault the base. And in the GDI version, it's very much tense base defense if things start to go wrong for you. And yeah, if GDI just somehow manages to not have enough defenses, or has some critical errors in how they operate, you can finish this mission pretty quickly. I feel like it's probably taken about half the time it normally would.
We got one.
It is kind of interesting to see how Tiberian Fiends can actually be crushed, even though I don't think I'd ever done that, ever. And that adult Viceroids can crush infantry, which you rarely see.
Awaiting orders. Unit ready. Sir? Yes?
Somewhat annoyingly, you can see that engineers, infantry, and cyborgs all have different colors, or generally anyways. But these toxin soldiers kind of use the same colors as cyborgs in the APC, so unless you number them, you control group them in a different number, it's a little annoying having to differentiate between the two.
I think I can be persuaded. Yes? For the technology of... Unit reporting. Yes? Of course. I think I can be persuaded.
Mission accomplished.